everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here, and welcome back to another video. If it is your first time here on the channel, yes, hello, my name is Tuna. I'm an illustrator from Canada, and here I make content all about my life as a full-time artist. In today's video, we are back to con vlog. I have a show coming up in just a few days, and I wanted to do some prep, film that here with you guys before I go. And this one's going to be interesting because it's actually a Pride festival. For the past couple of years, if you've been watching along with me on the channel, I've been trying a lot of different markets to kind of like feel out where my art fits, who is buying, who is not buying. And based on my experience, I have noticed that the people who seem to resonate the most with my work, the events where I tend to make the most sales, are ones that are geared towards like alternative, queer folk. And I don't know about alternative, but I think Pride's gonna be a little bit queer, so I am super excited to give it a try, take you along with me. This one is not that expensive. Basically, a friend of mine had the table slash 10 by 10 booth. It's outdoor, by the way. And she was looking for someone to split the booth with, and it's actually a 2-day thing, but I only wanted to do the 1 day, so I said, hey, can I just join you on the Sunday? So for the 1 day, it's just $125 for the table cost, so that's like, I guess it would be double that for the full thing. So pretty low risk. It'll be a nice sunny day. Also, you can get your Nori Art by Tuna pre-distressed ball cap because, you know, he's been at it already. Over in my shop, over at artbytuna.com/shop, you can also get pretty much everything that you will see in the vlog here, so consider picking something up. Shipping costs are as low as possible. Okay, for prep, the most important thing that I wanted to do is organize all of my single vinyl stickers. Now, for a long time, I have been using that little plastic drawer unit on the right-hand side of the screen to store all of my single stickers while at home, and then a little accordion folder plastic thing for when I bring my stickers to the cons. And I have dramatically outgrown both of those tactics because I now have over 30 individual sticker designs currently in rotation, and you know what, if you ask me, I should probably start to retire some of them, but I'm very emotionally attached to my designs and it's hard for me to let them go despite my best interest. So what I've decided to land on here is using these stackable plastic bins to store them all at home. I got these for $5 each at the local Dollarama. And if I'm honest with you, they are definitely $5 quality, really, really flimsy. Wouldn't want to bring those around with me. And for my con packet, for my travel pack, I've decided to go with these top-loading card binders. Someone in one of my discords suggested I use this, thought it was so smart, and I found some that suit my 3.5 by 4 inch plastic sleeve holes, which perfectly fits the majority of my stickers, and have enough inserts to put them all. As you can see, Flapjack is just as much of a fan of helping as Nori is, so Tuna Corp has a new employee and he has no brain cells. But anyway, I'm excited to give this like storage system a try. I think that the only downside is that because there's no seal on the card binder itself, there's a risk of like the stickers sliding out, so I'll have to kind of think of a way to avoid that. Probably just tuck it into a tote bag or something. Maybe get some sort of laptop sleeve that I can use as a more long-term solution. I don't know. I kind of want to stick some stickers on it too because I don't like that it just says top loader binder. Like, who wants that? Nobody wants that. But I thought it would be fun to leave you with some fun facts. I took a look at the last 365 days of sticker-related sales on my Square thing, which is not like all of my sales for like online or whatever, plus my Patreon subscription average, and over 3,000 sticker sheets sold in 1 year, and over 1,700 single vinyl stickers sold in 1 year as well. So I go through an insane volume, and I'm really, really glad that at least for the single stickers now, I have a better system to organize them. Hello guys, so it's Saturday now. The event is tomorrow and I've just finished up doing a little bit of prep. I didn't want to go overboard because this is kind of like a last minute low contact sort of setup for me, and I want to save some of my energy for my event next weekend. That's actually a 3-day con, but I couldn't resist the urge to soft launch some of my new products. So I have a new line called Space Case, which is a bunch of enamel pins and a patch, and then I have my bite-sized bistro items that are 3 acrylic charms and a lanyard. And I've actually never made acrylic charms before. They're such a popular sort of like low cost illustrator product to make. For some reason I've never gotten into it, but I decided I wanted to, and so I made 3 designs, and then I did the lanyard in addition to that as well. And so I wanted to create new signage for everything. Bite-sized bistro, this is this line. I created like a logo for it. This is like the waitress character. You get like a free sticker of her whenever you buy anything. I just like to go all out when it comes to designing a line. And you've seen me make these in the past for my 9 square sticker boards. I have 3 of them, and I kind of did a similar thing for these just to give it a white background and a little bit more delineation. I kind of could have jazzed this one up a little bit more, but it gets the point across. And then this one will be up here, so all the info is available. And the exact same technique I used to make the Space Case one. This one's a little bit more fun and jazzy, I guess, purple instead of yellow for once. And I actually poked through the plastic sheet to attach the pins, so this is like a permanent installation, as it were. And that's what I did at the top there to make the push pins to hang off of, and I used the enamel pin backings on the push pins. Worked perfectly. And then last but not least, I have 4 new Itty Bitty Kitty colors. I put them in the top row here and moved the Itty Bitty Kitty sign up just a little bit. And as I continue to expand, I'll probably remove this and then fill it out to the bottom there as well. I think for Anime Revolution next week, I'm going to reprint some of my signage because everything's a little dinged up from traveling at this point. But it's hot, I'm tired, and I am happy with this for now. That's pretty much it. I'll pack up the suitcase, just get everything where it needs to go, and then setting up at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Okay everybody, we made it to the event here. Everything is super cute. There's like 3 separate areas, and ours is the area that isn't actually gated off, so it's totally open to the public, which is hopefully going to be a good thing for traffic. We have our lovely tent, and I found the spot where my friend was set up yesterday. She tore down because, again, this is just left sort of unguarded in the evening overnight, and she was here yesterday, and I will just be joining her here on Sunday today. It's a bit of a weird situation because we do have people who are going to be in this booth next to us, and we have to put the 2 tables in, so we're having to do like a please come in situation, but there's this curb, unfortunately, so I don't know. Hopefully it won't come up that there's like accessibility issues, and if there are, we can resolve them to the best of our ability. My friend is going to be here in like 30 minutes to approve everything that I'm doing, but the plan is for her table to be here and then my table to be here, and then people can like come in and mill about here. Gonna get it all set up, and perhaps some revisions will be required. It's already pretty hot today, as evidenced by my outfit. And hopefully we won't run into any snags. That's my only concern. Otherwise, it's a relatively cheap event, so I can't be disappointed, and I'm just here for a good time. And Mark is helping me put together everything, and then he's gonna go get me breakfast. Oh my god, hey, how's it going? Good. Yeah, not too bad. So does this suit? It's up to you, for sure. As long as you feel like you've got space.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay.
I was more like thinking what display is gonna look more attractive over. Yours is a lot brighter than mine.
This is true.
Just making sure you guys are all tied down properly.
How does it look to you?
It looks secure.
Safe and sound?
Yeah. And we really don't want to see people go flying like something spontaneous.
As exciting as that would be. Get in the news for that, right?
Make sure you guys have sunblock and sun screen, because we're expecting a wind in here. And a wind is worse than something. It's water, beans and burn.
Get it up on the stage.
No thanks. I'm gonna strike me for it. Yeah, I'm boys.
That's great. Okay.
And do you want to be able to sit behind it?
I think ideally, yeah.
Oh yeah. Right, it's a major event. Also, I noticed there was another event at the same time yesterday, the Powell Street Festival or something. It's been super busy. It's really hot. My phone doesn't have much battery. I need to save it for data so I can charge people on my Square machine. So far so good. We will recap. The Pride Parade has ended, so all the people have like waved in and it's just a constant stream. I have so much to say. I don't know if we're gonna get any more clips today, but yeah, Pride is fun. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the final review portion of the video. I opted to head out to the park instead of doing the review from the apartment because the apartment was very noisy. Now, unfortunately, outside also tends to be very noisy, but hopefully we can make it through without any major interruptions. We will see. It is now Tuesday and I am here to talk to you about how Pride went on Sunday, and I'm so sorry. First things first, that I really didn't get any footage of like the actual event itself. I had brought my portable battery that I usually have to charge my phone because I film on my phone and then I use the data from my phone for running my Square terminal, and it was dead. It just didn't have any juice in it. So I had to hold on to the precious energy to actually make sales, and I know it's like a big part of like how I put together my con vlogs, and I think it makes my con vlogs kind of different from other people's, so I'm sorry that that didn't pan out this time, but you know, technical difficulties, they still happen 2 years into running a YouTube channel. So Pride overall was fantastic. The event was from 12 to 7, which is not a huge commitment of my time, and because it all kind of came together last minute, I wasn't really stressed out about it being like wildly successful. I'm extremely glad that I ended up only going on the Sunday. I was speaking with my booth mate Selena, and she was saying that the day before, you know, she'd made X amount, and then at the end of the next day, it was like easily double as a result of the Pride Parade actually happening on the Sunday from noon until 2, which brought in like a huge number of people who were like, I mean, if you were to choose one day and you wanted to do the parade, like you're not going to go to both days, you're going to just go to the one that has the parade. So easily double the amount of attendees. There was like this, you saw a clip of it, there was like this like sidewalk in between both of the booths, and for a good 3 hours of the day it was absolutely jam-packed, full of people squirming their way along. And how it worked out is that from 12 to 2 it was like steady, certainly not slow, and then from 5 to 7 it was the same, but then from 2 until 5, that was when the parade people showed up, and it was just jam-packed for 3 hours. Couldn't even get away from the booth to go to the bathroom. And I wouldn't say that that translated directly into like mega sales, but you can see in my little like sales chart that there's a spike in the afternoon. So it was nice that it was pretty steady with like a busy period and then steady towards close. Now this is the first fully outdoor event that I have done since 2017, I'm pretty sure. I don't tend to do them because my products are largely paper products, and those do not do so well in the great outdoors. So I did put some consideration into my booth setup just to make sure that there wasn't going to be any booth malfunctions, I suppose. One of the things you saw me do was I taped one copy of each of my sticker sheets to my sticker sheet wall rather than having it be self-serve where people can take their own. And then kind of I have it all set up for everything to be stuck down already anyway. So that was the only major switch. And I'll speak about the booth setup now. So 10 by 10 booth, we had an 8-foot table that Selena had, and then my 6-foot table and my like 4-foot clothing garment rack thing. And we had it set up in the U format in the booth itself, which worked out great. Like people could come in, and as I mentioned, there was like some mild accessibility issues, which is kind of regrettable, and I wish there was some solution to that, but we did the best that we could. It caused people to like enter the booth to like take a look at our wares, and the max capacity of the booth was maybe 6 to 8 people at any given time. And at that, you get those people in and they're like looking over shoulders to try and look at merchandise. They can't really touch or feel or get a close look at anything. And then if someone wants to make a purchase, they have to find Selena or me. And then like there was situations where there were lineups and people were blocking each other out. And long story short, I absolutely would not split a 10 by 10 booth again in that scenario. It was just too small for 2 different businesses to be running. And I definitely think that there were sales that were missed as a result of them being completely unable to actually approach me or Selena to like make their purchase. So considerations if I was to do this one again would be to split the booth or just to have the booth myself, and to have like a buddy so that there was 2 sort of checkouts going at the same time. And then probably to not have it be such a please enter and mill about kind of setup, and more of just a you can see it from wherever you're standing sort of setup. But this is only, again, my second time being in a completely outdoor event, and my second time in a 10 by 10 space, and this one actually had like walls. The last 10 by 10 space didn't exactly have walls. That was the cat con, if you remember that from last year, the worst con ever. Other outdoor considerations were like the heat and the sun. Now we had the tent, so that was fine. The heat was not unbearable, but obviously I was like wearing a swimsuit the entire time. I figured it was Pride, I could get away with it. Like where I was in the booth was like I was jammed in between my garment rack and my table. There was like a little corner where I set up, and then I had all of the merchandise right next to me so I could just pull things out when people were requesting it, which worked, but it was not good. It was so crowded, and I was getting like really overstimulated by the heat and the noise. There was a stage not too far behind us, not unbearable, but definitely distracting. And then the booth next to us was like a LGBT hockey club, and they were like getting people to like shoot the puck into the net and then cheering when people scored, which is like all well and good, but I don't leave the house to go to these sorts of events, not because I don't think that they're fun, but because I am an indoor cat and I get overwhelmed pretty easily. So I was like doing my like semi-dissociating kind of NPC mind space to cope with it all. But the weather definitely adds this like added layer of complexity. But definitely something to keep in mind if you are thinking about doing outdoor events. Be as prepared as possible. I had sunscreen. I was lathered in the sunscreen. And as the day progressed, the sun moved across the sky, as the sun is wont to do, and started to encroach into our actual booth space. And so while we had shade for most of the early afternoon, towards the end of the day, we were kind of backed into the corner trying to avoid getting excessive sunbeams on our skin. Okay, now on to the details of how the event actually went. So as I mentioned, it was steady throughout the entire day with a busy period in the afternoon, but things went really, really well to the point where I would absolutely like to go back to Pride. I thought it was really cool that there were people who recognized me from other events that I do, and then a couple of people who recognized me from the vlogs. Hi, if you're watching this. But my sales ended up cracking my kind of like, I want to make X number of sales, which is $1,000 a day. I was a little above that overall. And something about these more like normie, non-fan event markets is that people predominantly pay with card. So it was like $1,200 on card and like $200 cash. So just keep that in mind if you do intend to do any markets that are public facing. Literally nobody has cash. At fan events, people do because they know they're primed to come and pay with cash because that's how we all used to do it. And the big seller was the sticker sheets. I feel that they were the most accessibly like visible item on the table, so that was part of why. And then I really didn't sell a ton of enamel pins, but they were situated in a spot where it was kind of difficult to reach them due to people looking at Selena's sticker selection. So I think that was a big part of that. And then I sold like a decent amount of tote bags. It was like 7 or 8 tote bags and 2 of the 6 t-shirts left over that I had. And that was kind of like a last minute, like, okay, I have these t-shirts, might as well just bring them if I'm bringing the garment rack. So 2 down, 4 more to go. I was really grateful that Mark was there to help me set up and take down. It would have probably not been possible for me to do so without him due to the fact that the parking lot where we were loading into and out of into the Ubers was like kind of far away from where the booth was, and like I couldn't really leave my stuff unguarded due to it being downtown Vancouver, and I had too much stuff to carry all in one trip myself. I can't think of anything else for the debrief, so I think we're ending the video here. Thank you so much for making it to the end. Just want to do a quick shout out for all of the amazing people who are over on Patreon supporting the channel. They are getting all kinds of cool stuff like exclusive content, podcasts, videos, the occasional digital download, access to my patron Discord. You can also pop into my secret shop where you can get all of the sticker sheets. That's the one thing that I don't put in my public facing shop. And you get your name up here, so that's pretty cool. And then if you did want to upgrade to the mailable reward tiers at $10 or $25, which includes worldwide shipping, you can get monthly rewards. So this month we are doing a y'alternative theme, which is low-key just queer cowgirls. I've already revealed a couple of the rewards. I have more to come for the $25 big lunch tier. I did this theme before I realized that cowboys were super in right now, so you know, it kind of worked out in my favor, but I hope you guys like it. Please consider signing up by the end of August to get these rewards in particular. But either way, I'm just really grateful that you're here, that you're watching the channel, that you're enjoying the content, because if you weren't here, I would be speaking into the void right now. One final plug for the artbytuna.com shop, and that's all I have for you today. Stay sparkly, don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I will see you next time. Bye.